Well, our first guest joins us in studio, Mr. Brady Grenier. He is the Chief Operating Officer of a company called BioCorRx Incorporated. BICX is their stock symbol. Brady, good to see you again.
Always good to be here, Don.
So has the company and you guys gotten used to the new name?
Yeah, it's coming around. It's coming around. We're moving emails over, and it's a process, but we're getting there.
Tell us again, for those seeing you for the first time, what the company does.
Well, BioCorRx developed a program for addiction treatment called the Start Fresh program. So it's a two-pronged approach, and I'm getting tired of saying two-pronged, but it's a two-pronged approach for treating alcoholism, and we're actually getting into the different addictions, which I'll talk about soon. But basically what we have is the rights to a naltrexone implant that's surgically implanted that reduces cravings for alcohol and opiates over a prolonged period of time of several months. Once that implant is inserted by a practicing physician, they enter a life coaching program which starts addressing the mental issues and why they abuse substances to begin with. And BioCorRx is the parent company, and we're the developers of the Start Fresh program.
Well, you've been making a lot of news lately. Of course, new name, new stock symbol. You've put out a couple of press releases this week. Let's talk about the one earlier in the week. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, big news this week. We're going to start a program for treating opioid abuse with our Start Fresh program. It's going to require some tweaks because it is a different addiction, and there are certain protocols that have to be followed when you're treating people that are hooked on painkillers and heroin, etc. So we're in the process of developing those protocols and hope to have that into the marketplace pretty soon. So it's going to take a little while, but we're entering that space, and it's a huge space. I mean, alcohol is big, but it seems that more people seek treatment for opioid abuse than they do for alcohol abuse when it comes to naltrexone. Naltrexone was actually developed 60s or 70s primarily for opiate abuse, and it was later found out that it was effective against alcohol abuse. And this technology has been used around the world in other forms of implants and shots and oral, mainly for opiate abuse. We had always just focused on alcohol abuse, and it still is our main focus, but now we're going to naturally get into the opioid market, which is it's a huge market. It's a $1.2 billion treatment market.
Well, what's really tragic about opioid abuse is that many of those people end up graduating, I guess is a bad word, but they graduate to heroin because it's easier and cheaper to get.
And yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, most people, I don't think many people wake up one day and say, hey, I'm going to put a needle in my arm. That sounds fun. You know, you graduate towards that. You start with the pills, and then you and your tolerance builds up, and you need more and more, and you run out of money, and now you have to go to the cheaper street heroin, and that's the spiral. I think that's what occurred with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's bad. So we want to be able to position ourselves to go towards that prescription pill market, abuse market first, and so we can cut off that from happening to people that go into that spiral. So it should be a great thing.
Now, you also put out some other news later in the week, and I think that's significant as well. Let's talk about that.
Yes, we're actually about to start a national television campaign. Now that we've gone through a lot of changes in the last year, new board, new executives, restructuring our business model, several clinics opening up sporadically around the U.S. So we have a pretty decent footprint now around the U.S. So now it's time for us to brand the Start Fresh program. People need to know who we are. The clinics are doing their individual advertising in their local markets, but we need to be able to tell the world about the Start Fresh program, build that brand. We want to be the brand for addiction treatment that is top of mind when they need our help. And we want them to come to us. So we're excited about starting this TV campaign. It's going to be great. We hope we do many more campaigns like that. But we're hoping to start this mid-March.
Now, is this a television campaign that's basically designed to drive people to your website or to clinics? Tell us how that works.
It's more of an informative, educational TV ad. So we'll be branding the Start Fresh program that was developed by BioCorRx, but the call to action is getting them to the Start Fresh program website so that they can read up more information about the program and to see if they're interested. And if they are interested, they'll find our clinics. So it's an awareness and a branding campaign for the Start Fresh program.
Once again, the company is BioCorRx. BICX is their stock symbol. Brady, congratulations on all these developments. With so many changes, you probably don't know where to park your car in a parking lot, but really appreciate you being on the program.
All right, thanks.